Now moving forward, the next organelle which we are going to discuss is plastids. Where are plastids found? When we have discussed plants and animal cells, we have found out that plastids are only present in the plant cell. So plastids can be, in some books they are being classified in 3 parts, but I will be telling you about 2 parts. Plastids can be of 2 types. One is chromoplast, that is colored. Chrome means colored, plast bodies. Chromoplast and leucoplast. Leuco means transparent, plast means again circular bodies. So when they are colored, they are called as chromoplast. When they are uncolored, they are white, they are colorless, they are called as leucoplast. Chromoplast, if they are having a specified color, that is green color, then they are called as chloroplast, because they have special green colored pigment. What we call it as chlorophyll. We call them as chlorophyll. So these chlorophyll will be present in the chloroplast. So according to this classification table, and it is somewhat true also, I also think that this is the correct. You can consider this also, or you can consider the other also. In the other one, chromoplast is one form, chloroplast is another form, and leucoplast is another form. Chromoplast, any other color, red, orange, purple is chromoplast, and chloroplast will be only green, and leucoplast will be colorless, but both these are correct. Now we're coming on to the leucoplast. Leucoplast can be again of 3 types. The first is amyloplast. Amyloplast, amylo word means, what does amylo means? Have you ever heard about amylo? Yes? Okay. If yes, very good. If no, I am going to tell you. Amylo means carbohydrates. So basic function of the leucoplast is to store food. Okay, what type of food is being stored in a leucoplast gives them the name further as amyloplast, elioplast and proteinoplast. You can understand from the names also. Amyloplast will store starch, elioplast will store fat, proteinoplast of course will store protein. Clear? And all these are colorless, so they are kept into leucoplast. Clear to all of you? Okay, quickly again. Plastid can be divided into 2 parts, 2 types. They can be of 2 types, chromoplast and leucoplast. Chromoplast, colored plastids. Leucoplast, colorless plastic. Chromoplast, when green in color, called as chloroplast. Leucoplast are always colorless, but when they are storing starch, they are called as amyloplast. When they are storing fat, they are called as elioplast, and when they are storing protein, they are called as proteinoplast. Okay, moving forward to the chloroplast. Chloroplast you need to study in great detail. See the structure of chloroplast. This is the ultrastructure of chloroplast. Chloroplast is responsible for photosynthesis. It is a site for photosynthesis. Why? Because they have light sensitive pigments present called as chlorophyll. You have studied about the structure of the chloroplast, the ultrastructure. Let us discuss it once more. It is made up of 2 membranes, double membrane structure, outer membrane and inner membrane. Inside the membranous structure is the liquid film, which we called as the base liquid, which is called as stroma. In the stroma we have stacks of thylakoids. These are small thylakoids stacked one upon the other, and the whole stack is known as granum. One stack is known as granum. All these are called as grana. These are connected to each other by frets or lamellae. Okay, all these granum are connected to each other. Clear? So this is it. This is about all the about the structure. One thing you need to understand here, just like mitochondria, chloroplasts are also called as semi-autonomous organelle because they have their own DNA, RNA and ribosomes. This I told you when I was telling you about mitochondria. The DNA of chloroplast is responsible for cytoplasmic inheritance and dividing ability of chloroplast. Because of this DNA present in the chloroplast can have their own characteristics and are self-replicating organelle. Now functions, coming on to the functions, of course you know the functions of these chloroplasts. They are light sensitive, so in the presence of light, carbon dioxide and water, they are manufacturing organic food for the plants by the process called as photosynthesis. Yes, the entire process of photosynthesis takes place in two steps, the light reaction and the dark reaction. The light reaction takes place in the grana and the dark reaction takes place in the stroma. This you already know because it was being taught in class 10. So we are moving slight fast because all these things you have already studied in class 10. Is just the revision. Another function of chloroplast is to manufacture ATP by the process of photophosphorylation, the first step, where breakdown of water takes place and the release of synthesis of photophosphorylation takes place. Clear? Okay, moving to the next, centrosome. Where is centrosome found? Why it is so unique? Because it is only found in the animal cell. And what is the function? If you remember, centrosome initiates cell division. See the structure. Centrosome is a round structure which is made up of two centrioles which are kept perpendicular to each other. Okay, if you have attended, a few of you were there in my class in 10th, so I have told you using two dusters perpendicular one upon the other, and this is how two centrioles are being arranged inside the centrosome. These small ray like structure which are originating from the centrosome are called as microtubules. These are microtubules, and these microtubules are responsible for the production of spindle fibers at the time of cell division. Okay, so at the time of cell division, these centrioles separate out and move to the opposite poles. Clear? So totally they are centrosome, but individually they are centrioles because at the time of cell division these are separating. Otherwise they are perpendicular to each other. Moving on to one more important diagram of the centrosome. See here, if we see, this is one centriole, this is another centriole, one kept over the other in a perpendicular manner. Okay, if we see the internal structure here, they may have a circular and longitudinal thing here also. So this is the structure, this is the cross sectional view, having the microtubules here, connecting fibers here, and this is the whole structure of centrosome. Clear to all of you? Centrosome is actually found only in the animal cell. This you have to remember. It is made up of two centrioles which are perpendicular to each other. The pair of centriole is called as diplosome. So diplosome plus the microtubules constitute the centrosome. Diplosome is two centrioles stacked one upon the other in a perpendicular manner is a diplosome. Why? Because two centrioles are present, so we call it as diplosome. But diplosome plus the microtubules, the ray-like things, together they are called as centrosome. Okay, just try to understand from this diagram here. In the diagram of centrosome, this whole big diagram inside this box, the microtubules are also present and the circular body is also present with two centrioles. This whole big diagram from here till here, this end, this whole big diagram is centrosome, and centrosome is made up of this diplosome in the center plus the microtubules. Clear? So diplosome is two centrioles together. A pair of centrioles is called as diplosome. So every centrosome has a diplosome plus microtubules. Okay, so I think it's clear to all of you. So now I think it's over for today. So we will stop here. We will be continuing in the next class. I'll be sharing the notes. Thank you so much.